As I was here in my first few years, I encountered a brilliant young man, Nick Oldham, who had a unique capacity to learn 10 times faster than anybody else.
When I think of Nick, I think he is such an intellect, but a humble person. He is so deserving, and he's going to represent Boise State so well.
I never graduated high school, and I got a GED, and I started at Boise State relatively young as a probationary student. I went through, like many freshmen in school, multiple iterations of what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a civil engineer, I wanted to be an economist, you name it. But the one thing I really loved was understanding history and the parallels to our modern day. And so I convinced myself I could get a history degree as long as I had some job afterwards, and that job for most history majors at the time, if you went to graduate school, was law school. So I had no idea what I was going to do in law school either. It just was a justification for getting a history degree. When I showed up here, I was a 16-year-old kid who wasn't quite sure what my future was going to be like. In fact, I got a job in college working at a contact center making $9 an hour. And I was like, man, I can live on this for the rest of my life. And it was Boise State that I realized, well, there's something else afterwards. And it was committed faculty, one in particular here, Todd Shallett, who really mentored me and helped me grow into somebody who thought bigger, more ambitious than what I was thinking at the time.
Nick epitomized this idea that history professors really cherish. It's this notion historians know that history explains things. Well, Nick showed the power of that idea because Nick, who's an expansive mind, is fascinated by astronomy, took calculus, all kinds of things as a history major to challenge himself. But history itself was a really good field because it allowed him to go deep into certain subjects, and some of these things really appealed to him. I think he had kind of like a deep down kind of working class, I might say, sense of justice, And so I'm not surprised that I ended up working for the Justice Department.
Boise State was that connection, that pivot to the broader world. It pushed me, and so it was the access or the opportunity of something greater to fuel ambition, combined with the opportunity and challenges to realize that ambition.
Nick, you are amazing. You have made such an impact on me, on our community here in Boise that you probably don't even know, and on the globe.
He really has a good sense of Boise and where he came from, and he's grateful. And I'm grateful too because he gives our students this idea that it's a foundation you're building, and then from here you can go anywhere. That was Nick's kind of person.
I was quite proud when I heard I was going to get a Distinguished Alumni Award because I realized it really was a full circle to me. It was a very proud moment to see how far I've grown in my Boise State experience.